Two things I want to say before I start this video is one, I'm very sorry about the wind. It's pretty windy out here, but I will have to say that it feels absolutely amazing. And number two, I want to give a special shout out to my friend Oksana, who's become a pledge on my Patreon. If you don't know what Patreon is basically a platform that helps subscribers like you connect with content creators like me and help support content creators to continue doing their work. I'll have the link in the description below. Aloha kakayaka guys, good morning. I hope everybody's doing well out there. It is officially June 2020 and much of the world is coming out of this coronavirus situation in phases, with local economies slowly opening up and a bit of normalcy in our daily routine is slowly coming back to life. The past several weeks have been interesting as it's been trying on different levels, where our freedoms are slowly coming back, but there's still a bit of stress during this whole time. I'll be quite honest, I've been feeling a little lost in where I am in the world, as for most people are probably feeling the same way. You know, it's been quite some time since we've been able to fully do what we love. For me, it's travel. For other people, it's different things. But for the most part, that's been strained for quite some time. I love travel, and I know my aspiration is to travel the world. But even during this confusing, trying time, I've been kind of questioning where I'm at in the world, where I'm at in my life, and what my path is from here on out. I'm not sure when or how this process will be once travel opens up, which is why I had to take the time to sit down, make a video, and highlight 5 things that I absolutely look forward to once travel opens back up. Here we go. Simply hitting the road. That sense of anticipation of starting a journey, not knowing what's going to happen, who you're going to meet, the things you're going to do, the experiences you're going to have, whether you're about to hit the road hitchhiking, you're about to get on a bus, get on a flight, or simply go to another island here in Hawaii. There's always a life-changing experience to be had when you travel, and that anticipation before, that combination of feelings that happens, there's truly nothing like that in the world. It's been quite a long time during this coronavirus situation. For me, it's been about 1.5 years since I've taken a trip. And once travel opens back up, that anticipation will be on a very heightened level, as that time to travel will come, but it will be back in our control. And that is something I can't wait for. Number 2, camping. When I finally bought a tent and camping equipment, it allowed for some of the most incredible camping experiences in my travels. I've camped in glacier lakes in New Zealand, cliffside here in Hawaii, and beachfront in the beautiful islands of Tonga. And it not only allows you to basically travel on a budget, because most likely wherever you camp is the most cheapest option compared to hostels, Airbnbs, and hotels. Because camping is so cheap, it allows you that time freedom. You're basically camping from $5 a night to nothing a night. You have the ability to pitch a tent and basically create a home to your liking in a place of your liking. You can pitch a tent for very low cost to maybe free, but it's not so much about the cost. Because you're not dipping into your travel budget so aggressively, it allows you that time freedom. There have been places where I didn't have to pay anything to camp, and I stayed a week to 2 weeks. And just that ability to have that freedom, there's nothing like it. I also have a hammock, which adds to the experience. I find 2 trees, pitch a tent, put up my hammock, and just kick back, listen to music, and enjoy whatever view I'm looking at. Number 3, meeting locals. One thing I look forward to in my travels is meeting other travelers from different parts of the world. But the biggest thing that I enjoy in my travels is having the ability to connect with locals in a place I go to. This is why I love couch surfing, because couch surfing is literally like the first opportunity to get to know a destination better. If I'm traveling to Malaysia, best believe I'm going to try to couch surf first. So if I do get accepted by someone, by a local, I'm going to have a better cultural experience than I would in like a hostel or by myself in a hotel. And one thing I like to say and express to other people who don't know about couch surfing, I've learned about a destination in 1 day of couch surfing that would take me maybe a week in a hostel. Even if it has nothing to do with couch surfing, simply going to another place, a new place I've never been to, and conversing with people in the street, people I meet along the way, and just learning about their culture, their language, their way of life. It's just one of those crucial elements to travel that I feel is necessary when traveling to a new place. as it allows you to connect with the destination you're in. Number 4, learning a new language.
How you say thank you in Greek? Espadasto? Espadasto.
When you're in a new place that speaks a different language, it's going to be a barrier for you to communicate, which is why I feel like it's important to open up that knowledge factor and that ability to try to learn a new language.
Tell me if I say it right. Caliorex. Caliorex. Ah, bravo. Say bravo, bravo.
Not only is it interesting and educational, but it's fun.
How are you?
Is it a mood?
Is it Amur?
It allows you the ability to connect with a new culture more intimately. And better yet, people appreciate the effort that you make to learn about their culture and their language.
Come here.
One of the things that I find interesting in the world is that we live in a planet with so many different languages, so many sub-languages, so many dialects, so many different accents. In the little bit I've traveled, there are some languages that I have learned the basics of in places I've been to. And the one thing I can say is that, yeah, you do lose knowledge in languages that you stop learning, but there's still things that you don't forget. And just that knowing and that appreciation of being able to go back and know, like, hey, I know how to say languages in Tuvaluan. That, I'll have to say, is a true blessing. And last but not least, number 5, taking it all in. Some may not understand when I say that travel can be a bit complex. And what I mean by that is it takes a lot to plan out trips. It takes a lot to save. It takes a lot to go on the journey, be safe, budget accordingly, find places to stay, make sure you're safe with people, safe with your money. But when it comes down to it, there is a simplicity in travel that I absolutely miss, I absolutely love, and I absolutely can't wait for. And that's just simply taking it all in. I've traveled to many places so far, and I have much more to go. In the midst of all my travels, whether it's traveling New Zealand for a year, traveling Greece for 2 months, traveling the Balkans, the South Pacific, there's always a moment, and this moment I find very crucial, where you basically just sit in a spot, you take it all in, you're looking out at the horizon, you just close your eyes and think 3 words: I made it. There have been many moments in my travels where I've had to kind of shut everything out and stop thinking for a moment and simply take it all in. And I find these moments to be very important, as it allows you to fully evolve as a person, evolve as a traveler. It allows you to reset, kind of take elements of the past, close a chapter of your life, only to begin a new one. Because in that process of traveling, there's been a level of growth, there's been a level of change, positive change, that you either realize or don't realize, but regardless, it's there. And as this moment is where you find it. No matter what you do in life, we do have these moments, but these moments are more profound when you travel, and that's something I've noticed ever since I started traveling. One thing I like to tell people in the amount of time I've traveled, I have lived 10 years of life in 4 years of travel. That tells a lot. Now imagine 50 years of travel from here on out. Imagine how much life is lived in that time. Yeah. I don't know where my travels will bring me once travel opens back up, but I do know I have a lot of places to go. I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited to see where the journey takes me. But I will say that in these few months that we've been huddled in, quarantine, cut off from the things we love, in my case that's travel, it's allowed me to further appreciate the world of travel. And not only what it does to you and your soul, but what it does to other people's souls, as what you bring to them changes their life too. Now this list really isn't new, as these are all things I've enjoyed in my travels. But put it this way, you do something you love, and then all of a sudden it gets taken away for some time. What do? You wish you were doing that. And you'd also think you would never take it for granted ever again. These are 5 things I can't wait to do when travel opens up again, and I definitely won't take it for granted. For all those travelers out there watching this video, if you have things you want to share that you absolutely can't wait to do when you travel again, please feel free to comment below. Otherwise, I want to thank you for joining me here on this beautiful beach on this beautiful day here in Hawaii. Stay positive, stay safe, and as I always like to say, once the traveling begins, the voyage never ends.